Hey, it's Chris Pontius from Jackass and Wild Boys, and it's time for MattieC Sports for You and Me. MattieC Sports for You and Me, food for the sports fan's infernal soul. Feast on field goals. Check out MattieC Sports for You and Me. Even if you don't like sports, tune in now because you are going to. It's that good. I mean, we got sports for guys, sports for gals, sports for the whole kids. Get ready to be happy. MattieC Sports for You and Me. Sports for you, sports for me. Brought to you by MattieC.
On this team, we fight for that itch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that itch.
Coming in at 320 kilobytes per second. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for MattieC Sports!
All right, everybody. MattieC Sports for You and Me. I got a very special guest, top-ranked boxer. You might have seen him on ESPN, and just a legend in the game because, you know, he is the son of Tommy Morrison and building his own legacy right now. He's crushing it in the game, 18-0. Mr. Trey Lippe-Morrison. How are you today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Just finished the session up.
Awesome. So if people don't know, they should know that you yourself have fought your way up to where you are now, 18-0. Well, as I said, just a heavy puncher. And like I said to you yesterday, just a great all around. You got a body shot punch that is just killer, man. So like seeing it live was awesome. So, so what I saw from you was my first night watching Top Rank, with you, it was my debut to see you. So that fight you had the other night with Hainsworth,
okay,
up in right near you in Oklahoma at Hard Rock. How'd you think you did in that fight?
I think I could do a lot of stuff a lot better, but I think, you know, compared to a lot of my other fights that I showcased, I think I did all right. You know, I showcased some good stuff, but also, you know, you can always find habits and everything. I got to get better, but I think I did all right. You know, I paced myself a lot better. You know, I didn't go balls to the wall crazy like, you know, usually what probably people are used to seeing.
Well, when I saw you, it was, you know, here it was late night. It was probably, you were around 9 o'clock or something. And I saw you and I saw the Tommy trunks and I'm like, that looks like Tommy Morrison's son. Like you have the same facial stuff, obviously. And, you know, you have the power just like your father did. And I saw it in that particular fight. So then I looked at highlights and I saw you with, you know, Ed Lattimore. And that was just amazed me how much talent you have. And it's not just in the name, you're building your own legacy.
I'm doing the best I can. I won't lie. Boxing's a hard ass sport, man. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Usually in any sport I've done, I could usually kind of step in and be halfway decent getting in there. Boxing, hey, boxing's rough. It's opened my eyes a lot more than, you know, what I thought jumping in it. You know, I'm not going to lie. I've told a lot of people this. I played football first, and I like physical sports. So when I, you know, jumped into football, I was like, okay, boxing's physical, football's physical. Let's do this. Bro, I got punched in the mouth my first time, and that was, I was like, dude, I was like, football's nothing like boxing, man. And that was it was a big mind changer. And I was like, this really takes athletic ability and, a lot more than what other sports take, and it made me respect it. It made me respect my father a lot more, because I'm not going to lie, up until I started fighting, I didn't know crap about fighting, bro. And even my first couple of years of when I was fighting, I still didn't know crap about fighting. I was just, I'm trying to learn and get better.
Well, it seems like, you picked it up you started in 2014. So like, did it start before that amateurly? Like when did you officially start like learning to box? And
then my first fight was, my dad passed away in 2013, like September 1st.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
2013. And I had my first fight 5 months after that. Like I met my dad's promoter at his funeral.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And he was like, Tony was like, hey, come. Tony had a casino at that time, Buffalo Run. That's where I had, my first, like the start of my career, basically. And I met Tony at my dad's funeral, and I was like, hey man, help me fight. I wasn't ready to give up athletics. And he told me no, honestly. And then 3 days later, he called me and was like, all right, let's do this. And I had my first professional fight 2 months after that.
And the record shows.
That's where we went from there. And as far as the learning thing goes, I've had to learn fast. It's not very fun getting punched in the face. So, that's boxing for you. You gotta. That's how you learn, getting punched in the face.
Well, I mean, the record shows. I mean, you're 18-0, and you started in 14. And you're still going into 21. So, I mean, it's just like it's amazing how you've progressed over the years, and you've fought a lot down there in Miami. And it seems like you got a good rapport with your trainers and all that, and you're still training every day. And I mean, you just got like, did you ever think you were going to go top rank and be on ESPN?
Man, I honestly thought, that could always be a possibility. I didn't think, I think I always thought if, I stayed right with God, did the things right that I was supposed to do. Yeah. that could always be a possibility, and just because we've gotten there doesn't mean it's over. I still got to keep progressing, but, yeah, I saw it as, that could happen. I mean, I'm not surprised by it.
Well, you guys down there not only have good food around that area and down south or down in Oklahoma. It's tempting.
If you're thinking Southern, you better come ready for fried food, I guess.
Oh, I love fried food, man, and only the best. Only the best down there. It's not up here is nothing compared to down there.
If you want fried food, that's what we got.
So my next question to you is, I kind of get like to me myself, I kind of get offended because with your dad's legacy and stuff like that, some people are like, oh, is that the guy from Rocky V? I said, are you kidding me? Like, do you understand who this guy fought, who this guy like went through to get where he is? I mean, WBO champ. I mean, that's a hard thing to do. And I mean, are you trying to aim for a goal like that? Get up to that rank, like WBO, WBC.
Of course, that's my goal. That's what I'm shooting for. I'm not shooting for mediocre.
Right.
I would like to be seen as being on the same level as my father or passing, and that would require 2 or more belts, and I'm trying for that. Yeah. I'm not, I know I'm not there yet, but I'm not trying to come up short of any way of that.
Well, I like what you said yesterday about an opponent who wanted to fight you. I forget what his name was. We were talking about it yesterday. A guy from Oklahoma, Jeremiah Milton, wanted to fight you. And my thing is, I respect what you just said, just because you said, I respect the guy and I'd love to have a fight with him, but I just want him to gain more fights and all that stuff. Like, people don't understand the game where you don't just go in and, jump in and fight somebody. You got to kind of get your record build up. Like you yourself didn't just say, oh, I want to fight this guy and I want to go into top rank and I want to fight. Like you gotta earn your way to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, you do. And all I was saying was I wasn't trying to take anything from Jeremiah. I just wanted, to like say if that fight were to happen and I beat, and I win, I want them to say, hey, man, you beat a fucking quality person. I don't want them to say, hey, you beat someone who was just 4-0. And I don't mean that in a bad way towards Jeremiah. It's just that's not what I'm wanting said. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he beat me, it would be like, well, fuck, you beat this dude that's 18-0. But vice versa, it's like, okay, you beat a 4-0 guy. And I don't mean it that way, but you get what I mean?
Yeah. Right. And so does Top Rank have you in a fight coming up soon, or you like just still training for a while and you wait for the call?
Right now, I don't know what show I'm going to be on, but I'm supposed to have a fight here in mid-November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot of I guess I can't say much about it, but all I can tell you is I'm supposed to have a fight here in mid-November. And when I know more and I can say more, I'll release that.
That's awesome, man. And I'm proud that you're moving up, man, really. And I was impressed with your fight.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
And I'm glad I watched ESPN that night.
Hey, I'm glad you did too.
But I mean, you were on a stacked card. I mean, you had Ali's grandson was making his debut. You had Taylor was the final fight, and just being around that type of atmosphere, like, was that just an experience in its own? Just being with all those guys who are pretty much at the high capacity and level as you.
Yeah, it is. I've kind of gotten used to it because, like, I guess right past about the second or third year I was fighting, when I went out to LA, I saw a lot of real good people then. So that was like my starstruck moment. But that, it's kind of what got me used to being in an atmosphere of, a bunch of winners, and it was cool. It was cool. It's good. It's a good thing to be in.
Yeah. And I noticed that you love cereal, man. Every time I see you on like your story, you're always rocking the cereal, man.
Right now, okay. Hey, right now I am. I'm one of them weirdos. I'll have a taste bud change, and then like I might eat the same thing for 3 months, dude. And honestly, you missed this. The I don't know what I call it, but it was like what's a runny egg? Is that over easy?
Yes.
Okay, I used to make these over easy eggs on toast. I did that for like 4 months. So you just missed that, and you came into the Captain Crunch stage.
The cereal era.
The cereal stage. That's what you came into right now. Yeah. So. What's the next plan besides boxing? Do you have another alternative plan besides boxing? No.
Well, that's good, man. That's good.
I don't. I mean, that's why I'm 32 and I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. And for a guy who
God made me for one reason, and I think it has something to do with athletics.
That's right.
I don't know. I'm doing what I can in athletics, and I think that's what he made me for.
Well, we want you here pretty soon, man.
Hey, I want to be there too. I'm doing my best. I'm learning as quick as possible.
But I mean, you're a 32-year-old guy who's fighting, and you're fighting like 21-year-olds or kids who should be in their prime, and you're just knocking them asses out, man. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Because I didn't have an amateur career, so we kind of used the beginning of my professional career, as like a stage to learn. You get that?
Yeah.
And I'm all right with saying that. So I mean, that's what it is, and I'm learning as fast as I can. I'm doing the best I can.
That's awesome, man. And my final question to you, Trey, is, I know that your dad is talked about all the time when you fight and stuff like that. But do you feel like he's with you at that time? And do you feel like how should I say this? Do you feel like he's with you in the ring?
Yes, I feel. Are you wanting to know if I have any pressure?
Well, I by the look at you, I don't think it seems like you don't.
I don't, but that's just because I'm a weird individual and I can take it a certain way. But yeah. I am. I'm an odd dude. I can just, I understand, a lot of people, that's like the first 3 questions I usually get in an interview are something to do with my dad, which to me is totally cool. It's totally cool. I'm not annoyed by that because honestly, people know who I am because of him. That's what gets me my start. I mean, everyone who's like, oh, Trey Lippe-Morrison, they think of that because of him. He's what got me my start. So I'm all right with, every question being related to him or me being compared to him. It's natural. If I wasn't who I was and I was looking at, another person who was me, basically, I would think the same thing. I would compare him to his dad. Fuck, it's what you do. Man, after explaining all that, I completely forgot why I was explaining that. What was your question? Do I feel like he's with me in the ring?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's a mental thing, but yeah. I mean, when good things happen or bad things happen, I do think of him in the ring, and he helps me get out of certain situations or helps me progress farther in other situations. Yes.
And that's awesome, man. I'm glad, I'm very sorry that you lost him at just before your career was starting. And, but we all know him as a legend in the game, really. And
appreciate that.
You're definitely continuing on that style. And for you to tell me that, you didn't have an amateur career to start and you went right in, that's badass, dude. Like that.
Yeah. I played college football and I had a good shot to go to the league, but I was dicking around in college, and crap happened. I ended up getting kicked off my senior year. And like I said earlier in the interview, I wasn't ready to give up athletics. So in my head, which is a stupid thought, I was like, heck, my dad boxed, I'm going to try boxing. And, that's kind of what happened. And boy, it was rough. It was rough.
Well, there's a reason why it's rough and you're 18-0.
There is a reason why it's rough. I won't. No, that's true.
But that fast pace, man, I'm honored to have you on the show, obviously, and you being as humble and as respectful as you are, and thank you for taking your time out in your busy schedule to talk to me. And I look forward to seeing your career still, and just ready to see you fuck shit up.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that. And again, I'm sorry for the delay. I know you tried to get me on here earlier than what I was, so I'm sorry for that. And I appreciate being on.
Well, thank you, Trey. And we'll talk more. And I hope to see you in those Tommy trunks still, man. I hope I still get to see that, man. Still rocking that.
I ain't changing him.
Hell yeah, man.
He's the reason where I'm at, bro. He's one of them. So. You gotta respect it.
Oh yeah. Well, Trey, thank you so much. Continue to bust your ass and kick some ass, and we'll see you again. And thanks again for everything, man. Thanks for being on the show.
My man.
All right, brother. Well, thanks again, and yeah.
What's up? We the BMG Boys, and thank you for listening. Please follow his Facebook page and subscribe to his podcast at Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Let's go. We shall know. When it comes to getting dough and chasing dollars.